On November 15, 1963, the USS Thresher's sister submarine, the San Juan, sent its last radio message. Then nothing. The Argentine Navy searched for a year. The families waited for decades. In 2017, they finally found it. What happened inside was worse than anyone imagined. On November 15, 2017, the ARA San Juan, an Argentine Navy submarine with 44 crew members aboard, sent its final communication. The message reported a short circuit in the battery system. Water had entered the snorkel system and dripped onto the batteries, causing a fire. The captain reported the situation was under control. Then silence. The Argentine Navy launched the largest search operation in its history. Ships, aircraft, and satellites from 18 countries joined the effort. The United States sent underwater drones. Russia sent a research vessel. The United Kingdom sent a survey ship. For 15 days, the world searched the South Atlantic Ocean. They found nothing. The families of the 44 crew members held vigil at the Mar del Plata naval base. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. The Argentine Navy officially ended the search on November 30, 2017, just 15 days after the disappearance. The families were devastated. Many refused to accept that the search was over. It would take another year before they got their answer. And when it came, it was worse than anyone had prepared for. In November 2018, a private American company called Ocean Infinity found the wreckage. It was sitting on the ocean floor at a depth of 907 meters, nearly 3,000 feet beneath the surface. The submarine was in pieces. The acoustic data told the story. On November 15, 2017, at 10:31 a.m. local time, 8 hours after the last communication, hydroacoustic stations operated by the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization detected an anomalous event in the South Atlantic. The signal was consistent with an implosion. An implosion. Not an explosion. The difference matters. When a submarine sinks below its crush depth, the maximum pressure the hull can withstand, the ocean does not gently compress it. The failure is instantaneous and catastrophic. The hull collapses inward at speeds approaching the speed of sound. The air inside, compressed to extreme temperatures by the sudden reduction in volume, ignites. The entire vessel is crushed and simultaneously incinerated in a fraction of a second. The crew of the San Juan would not have had time to know what was happening. The implosion occurred in approximately 40 milliseconds, faster than a human nerve can transmit a pain signal. They were alive, and then they were not. There was no suffering. There was no time for suffering. But for their families, the suffering lasted years. An investigation revealed that the San Juan had been plagued by maintenance problems. The submarine was built in 1983 and had undergone a midlife overhaul between 2008 and 2014. That overhaul, which should have taken 2 years, took 6. Budget cuts forced the Navy to use refurbished parts instead of new ones. Critical safety systems were not fully updated. The battery system that failed, the one that caused the initial short circuit, had been flagged as a concern during the overhaul. The repairs were deemed adequate. They were not. The Argentine government launched a formal investigation. Several Navy officials were charged with negligence. The captain of the submarine, Commander Pedro Martín Fernández, was posthumously cleared of any wrongdoing. He had followed every protocol. He had reported the emergency. He had attempted to surface. The submarine simply could not be saved with the equipment it had. In 2020, the Argentine Congress passed a law designating the wreck site of the ARA San Juan as a national maritime memorial. The submarine will not be raised. The 44 crew members will remain where they fell, on the floor of the South Atlantic, in a vessel that their country failed to maintain and then failed to find. Every year on November 15th, the families gather at the naval base in Mar del Plata. They read the names. 44 names. Including the first female submarine officer in Argentine naval history, Eliana Maria Krauchik, who was 35 years old. The ocean is 3,000 feet deep where the San Juan rests. It is cold and dark and silent. It will be their tomb forever. If you found this fascinating, subscribe for more stories like this. We post new videos every week.